I hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I hope you're all doing fine. Welcome again to this morning mindset session. So as I have pasted under the chat, the topic of discussion is anticipating the future needs of clients and the marketplace. So I'd like to introduce the topic, and then I'll invite anyone who has something to contribute to just add to this discussion. So today we are talking about how to anticipate the needs of clients, yeah? And in the marketplace, yeah. So for me, what I understand by this is that we need to be aware of the ever-changing clients' needs, because as we know, they cannot be the same every time, or they cannot be the same for everyone, yeah. So we might be serving the same clients, like of course we understand what we do at Moracle, what we do here, what clients need from us, the different type of services and that they require from us. But you see, every client is different. Every client is different, and of course, they will all have different needs. It might be in the same category of needs, but different because of their specific expectations. Yeah. So how do we stay aware of that? How do we stay informed of the different needs of clients? And this is, I think, by learning to first understand the client that we serve. Individually, you learn about them, what they do, first of all, what their company or themselves as a person deal with, so that you know how to actually serve them best, how to serve them better. You do not use one service for all of them, because you're not going to address different needs in one way. We have to personalize it, if I could say, depending on their needs and what they do. They might require the same service. It could be, I just give an example of probably auditing. You think because you do auditing like this with a specific client, then that's the same thing you're going to use with a next client. But I think it's important to understand them as a person, first of all, and as a company. What do they stand for? How do they expect you to serve them? What do they believe in? Recently, I was talking to Mola that, like we discussed, I think last week, one day last week, before the end of the week, we were talking about how to, to do things the Moracle way, despite of what we have acquired from wherever we have, worked before, the experience that we have acquired from wherever we have been before. When we come to Moracle, of course, we are going to adopt the Moracle way of serving clients. But again, when you're serving a client, a specific client, then you also have to adopt their ways, because they have a specific, maybe structure, of how they do their things. So you have to also integrate what they do in what you do here at Moracle, so that you come up with a very well organized and structured way that fits them exactly according to their vision as well and their goals. So I know this is not, this is not easy. Like he told me, it's not really easy, but then it is important. We need to actually do this. We have to be aware of this. We are going to serve different clients who have different needs, despite of the service that they're looking for from us, but they're going to have different, needs. So I think that's what I wanted us to talk about today. So I think when we understand their needs, therefore you're able to actually anticipate the future needs. When you know them, when you understand them, when you understand the demands of different clients, and also the market, like we keep saying, the market is ever evolving and changing. And so we need to be aware of that. And by being aware of that, that means you understand the new trends in the market. You acquire the new skills necessary for you to actually, provide better service and remain competitive, because of course, there are many other providers out there. There are many other service providers, but how do we differentiate ourselves as Moracle? How do we stay at the top of the game to make sure that actually we are the top, we are remaining competitive, basically, yeah? That is by learning the new trends, learning the new skills necessary, adopting the new measures, the new advancement, innovative advancements or technologies. As I keep saying this, you will know and you will notice that we are flexible, if I could say. At Moracle, we are moving with a period and circumstances, of course. And this is seen by adopting what we adopt, what we are using currently. We are a remote company, and that only can be a determinant of, of how flexible, how open-minded, and how ready we are to adjust to the new marketplace, and the new demands of clients and the evolving market that we are in. And this might have started before for many other companies, but of course we have to appreciate how far we have also gone after the COVID. During the COVID and the pandemic, how we have gone a long way to be online. And by being online, then we are pushed to using, technological advancements that are going to allow us to work, perfectly and efficiently, if I could say, and effectively, and still deliver, the services that we need to our clients to the best of our, ability, and still remain relevant, reliable, and trustworthy for these clients. And we are doing this every day. And I think that is something for us to really appreciate and remember, actually, that is necessary for us to know and always do in order for us to be, to achieve great performance. So I wanted to introduce the topic with that and just show that, how you should be able to anticipate the needs of clients and the future needs. How do you do that? And as I said, I think just to summarize it, this is by learning to know each client, differentiate them, differentiate the type of service or structures that they use or they need, personalized services, and not use one uniform service for all of them. And also for the marketplace, learn of the new trends, advancement, and strategies to adopt for you to remain relevant and competitive. So I'd like to invite anyone else who has something to say. Please feel free to contribute to this discussion. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a good morning. Hope you had a great weekend, and all of you are in good health. So yeah, I think it is a really important and essential topic that we are having today, because in these, and I can say, new business market that we are in nowadays, in this new world of business, it's important that you understand the customer needs and then try to provide your services related to that. Because I think in the past, what organizations and companies did was that they, for example, they provide a product, they manufacture a product or a service like us, and then they try to find their customers and their market. But I think nowadays it has to be completely vice versa, because you have to first understand your customer needs and the target audience that you have, and then you have to design your service or product based on that. Because I think you have to analyze every move of your clients and your customers that they're going to have for your service, and then you have to design your service, or add some features to what you are doing. So yeah, I think first thing is understanding your target audience, your target customers and clients, and understand their needs. And that's why I think marketing is now really important. You have to have a department, a marketing department, and not only a department, because I think marketing is bigger than you can just do it in one department. I think every part of a company has to have those abilities and have to pay attention to marketing. And I think doing market research and understanding Alex said, what is new in your market, what is new trends, new uh, styles that people are doing their job. That's important. And the other thing I'm saying from my point of view is CRM. I think customer relationship services. I think every company has to uh, work on that area too much nowadays because um, it is the relationship between a company and the customer that keep a company alive. So yeah, I think you have to focus on that. You have to, have a system to uh, after understanding your client needs, after you are providing them your services, you have to now get feedback from them. You have to, I think, keep an eye on your customers, keep an eye on your clients, and see, okay, what is next? What do they want next? For example, we provide them this service and think of additional things that can be added to your service. For example, you have to, I think, analyze your customer's journey, what's going to happen next, and that's how you can be a lead in your field because you anticipated your customer needs, you predict what is going to happen in their journey and what they're gonna need next. So I think you can be a lead in what you are doing in your company. So yeah, I think from my point of view, marketing and CRM is nowadays something essential in every company, and it hasn't just to be excluded in one department and in one area. It has to be in all parts of a company, and everyone has to understand it and try to find ways for it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sepide. I think today we need to just understand and just pick something out of today's topic, which is basically understanding the client, the company that you're working for or you're working in, the clients that you're serving, their needs, understanding the culture of the different people or entities you are interacting with will become, I think, a very important thing for you to do if you really need to learn and to know them to that extent of being able to anticipate their future needs. Because of course, we have this understanding, of course, I believe all of us that, these needs keep changing, depending on the market, the circumstances right now, the needs at this particular moment, because of course, it's still accounting, it's still, finance and all that, but different needs will keep coming up depending on the economic situations that we are in, and so I think it becomes really important to start by learning the culture, the structures in place, the systems in place of the different people or individuals or entities that you're interacting with, understanding the clients, personally, if I could say, because of course they are still people with personal needs. So when you know that, then you're able to learn them to that extent of knowing what they might need tomorrow. So thank you so much for that, Sepide, and welcome anyone else. Feel free to contribute.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, everybody who's already contributed. My take on this is, as the topic says, anticipating the future needs of clients and the marketplace. I think this is a very crucial aspect of staying competitive and relevant. So it's looking ahead, anticipating what is likely to come or to benefit or to add value to our clients, the ones we already have and maybe the ones we are trying to attract. So one thing I would suggest is knowing about the industry, having good knowledge of the industry. So, and how do we do that? By trying to educate ourselves, by trying to be in the papers, by reading economics papers and trying to get into studies so that we are ahead of the game. Otherwise, there's lots of competition out there. So if you are not trying to seek much knowledge about the industry you are in, and you are just looking at what you know, somehow you are going to be beaten at some point. So anticipating the likely changes is a key aspect of this topic, I think. Another thing is technology integration. Everything has gone tech, so we've got to be ahead, having the relevant or the most modern sorts of technologies which are being used in the applications we use. So we need to try and look into that and study and be able to use them. And by the time other people come in, we already have them or we already use them for the benefit of the customers. And then if customers are getting that benefit, which is beyond what others are giving, then we are likely to be beating our competition. So that would be kind of good anticipation. The other thing is continue professional development. As we work in this place, we always have to be up to date with the standards, some point almost, but it's a key issue, especially with the SCCA. We've got to do CPDs, continual professional development, and it's not only like those ones who are qualified, but everybody else. You need to keep ahead of the game in whatever department you're working in. You need to keep yourself abreast with the latest technologies. Otherwise, very soon, the competition is going to come in. Somebody else who knows better than you is going to come in and bring something of sort of advantage, which puts you out of place or which puts you out of work. The other thing which I can think of is the feedback we get from our clients. Because every time you prepare, say, a report for them, you've got to discuss it with them. And then they are going to tell you how they understand it or how they feel about it. From listening to what they tell you, I think you can again work out a new way of helping them out, adding value to whatever you are producing for them. Those are some of the things which I can think of. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for that contribution. That's really appreciated. Thank you for just, complimenting what, everyone has said so far. And of course, like you have emphasized, I think it's quite important to just keep, be updated and, keep learning, keep developing ourselves, just find how to be better, informed and how to learn and gain new knowledge that will help you to just stay, at the top of the game, if I can put it in brackets, and remain relevant and dependable for your clients and also for the institutions that you are working in or for. So thank you for that again. Please, anyone else, feel free to come in. You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Noah.
Yeah. So for me, there are several other ways in which we can anticipate the future needs of our different clients in which we are working. Just like how Robert told us earlier, the need for us to understand our customer. That is why in our Moracle accountancy formula, which of course is stage number 1, we discuss about we talk about what we call background information. It's very key in terms of us anticipating the future needs of our client, because first of all, we need to understand what the vision of our client. Can this vision align with us? Because it's very key. When you look at the Moracle accountancy formula stage number 1, we should talk about the first thing you talk about. In the background information, you need to understand the mission, the vision, the value of this client that you are working with. It's very, very paramount, because if you don't understand the client, how can you know what the client needs? You can't. So you see, you need to understand their goals, what they want to achieve. Another thing again is about you understanding what to call the organizational chart of this company, the client that you want to work with. So it's very paramount for you to understand the customers. It's key. So it's very, very key in everything so far that we are doing. Because if you understand what the client is doing, then trust me, you'll be able to do something. Another thing is, again, is about we monitoring the trends of the market. Like for instance, in Moracle, we are in stage number one. Yes, still in stage number one, what we are doing, people are working, let me say manually, but we are using softwares to come up with, to work on stage number one. We have what we call QuickBooks, we have Zero, we have Sage. This also, it's like we are anticipating the needs of the client. We want the client's life to be very easier. We do not want to say, okay, you know what are some of the transactions, or what are some of the things, the tasks that you did yesterday? No, we don't want that. We don't need that. What we want to do is that we will connect your bank, and then from then your bank will process this transaction and then come into our software. So you see, so it's very, very important. That's also a key. When we talk about the trend, people are now using recently, what people will do in terms of coming up with management report. They will just do a brainstorming, try to do something or come up with something different. But now in Moracle here, we are using what we call a spotlight report in terms of coming up with management report. It's very, very important. It's key because it shows that we really want to see the trend. We are monitoring the trend. We know what's other clients, or what's the recent market, what's in the need of the market now. So you see, because if you don't do some of these things, I don't think you are ready for AI, because this is all about artificial intelligence. So you see, you really need to put yourself into this and then understand how the market is going, what you be having. So you see, it's key. So you see, and also I want to talk about something very important, which of course is the learning, continuous learning. Because if you are anticipating future needs of clients, I believe you should also be up to date in terms of you equipping yourself. You just don't sit back and say, oh, you know what, we want to, you can be say, okay, you can say we want to do this, this, and this, but how are you prepared to do some of these things? That is why it's very, very important for you to understand some of these things. You need to put yourself in there and see what you want to achieve, because continuous learning is very, very paramount here. It's key. You know, because your team needs to be equipped, and then so that they'll be able to do some of the jobs. Because if you say you want to do feature needs of clients, and AI is taking over everything in terms of business, everything so far that we are doing, artificial intelligence is here. So you see, so as a team or as a company, if you want to anticipate future need, also make space or do proper planning of AI. Try to equip your client, your staff, give them what they need in terms of AI. So you see, they need it. It's very, very important. So you see, it's very, very paramount. It's key in terms of you anticipating what you need for the client. And also again, it's the same in terms of technology, you know, because all about the future needs of clients, because everything is going for us here at Moracle. We are working remotely. Yeah, this is it's like we are using technology. So you see, it's like now if a client might want to have, maybe say, want to pile up books upon books. No, we say, no, you know what? We are not in need of your books. All what we need, we have a system. We have OneDrive that we can just create for you. Scan some of these documents, post them there. We are coming there and take some of these things out of in that OneDrive. So you see, a cloud system. So like we are anticipating what needs to be done. Because if now we are here now, we want to work for a company that is in Gambia. So do I need to fly from Sierra Leone to go to Gambia? No. It's like, hey, I should be here and then work for a company in Gambia. And confidently, and it should be effective and efficient. So you see, it's very, very important. These are some of the things that we need to put in place if we want to if we want to anticipate future needs of clients. So it's very, very important. All what we're doing, like it should be part of the accountancy formula, what we are trying to pass on to people. So you see, it's very, very important. You know, now, first of all, you need to understand what the client wants. That's come the background information, the Moracle accountancy formula, which of course is stage number one. It talks about the background information. You need to understand what the client vision, the mission of this client. You need to understand the organizational chart, because by you knowing some of these things, I do believe you'll be able to do anything so far within the company. So for me, this is my own take on this topic. I don't know if there's anyone want to give anything. Anyone please want to contribute to this topic? The floor is open. Floor is still open, please.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. And so no one want to add anything more? I think we can end our session if there is not anything else to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we can please end our session here this
Yeah.
morning. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Peter, do you have any announcement?